All right, guys. So, why am I sitting here in some very ominous lighting, very dimly lit apartment with $120,000 in motion picture money? Well, this is the beginning of maybe the rest of my life. We'll find out. I think even if things don't go good, it's still going to be. I've never been so excited about the idea of working since I was 18 years old, and I had no idea what I was gonna do, but all I knew is I wanted to make 100 grand a year so I could drive cool cars, because I knew if you made 100 grand a year, I knew that was roughly 8,500 bucks a month. And dude, with no bills, living at home, like I could afford a fucking sick car payment and a sick ass car. And, I did that. And it was honestly one of the most growth-oriented times in my life. Actually, I would say it was probably the first real growth-oriented time in my life. I kind of played with growth when I was in high school and maybe middle school. There were some times where I wasn't happy with the situation and maybe I knew I could change it, and I kind of put some effort in, but never really saw it through. And I could say that was anything from my image of my body or my style, diet, food, fitness, girls, whatever. That's stuff that I take super, super seriously now. It is who I am every day. The things I do, the things I put in my body, the things I do with my body, the people I talk to, the work I do, the money I make, that is on my mind every day, all the time, And I think probably like most people, when you're a kid, you're thinking about what the fuck you're gonna do with your friends when the school day's over. Or, you gotta go to sports practice. And, when you're done with that, you're gonna get home and you're gonna play Black Ops. Because fucking Black Ops just came out. And Call of Duty Zombies, you're hitting it every night with your boys. Dude, I can't even tell you how fondly I look back on that. And how easy life was. Every fucking adult tells you, don't grow up too fast. Don't try to be older than what you are, and you just fucking want to be older. You don't realize how good life is and how much you're enjoying it. I was very blessed. I didn't have a lot of things to worry about. My parents were great, right? They weren't perfect like anyone, like myself, but they gave me a great way growing up. I never had to worry about where my next meal was coming from. I was very blessed for that. But there was something in me that showed up when I was 14, probably it was early high school, where I started to kind of get that itch, where I wanted more out of life. And as you get closer to graduation, the more real life becomes. You realize that you've been kind of fucking playing house for, the first X amount of times in your life. There was always the next thing to do. And it wasn't always things you decided, kind of, sort of, right? You probably maybe sort of picked what sports you played, what you did after school. But other than that, you didn't have to worry about what was next. There was always things coming. There was always the next school year. There was always the next class. There was always the next practice. You didn't have to take a whole lot of autonomy in what your life was and what you were doing. When you graduate, shit gets real, and I don't want to sell it short. Obviously, there's still a lot of growing up and that going to college, but it's kind of a baby graduation because you are going to the more adult, more freedom version of kind of what you had. You still have a ton of structure. You still have everything laid out for you. You really don't have to think about it. You're partying more. You're, doing more adult shit without supervision, without checking in with your parents, but you don't have that huge stress of life on your shoulders yet. Some people do. I'm sure there were some people that barely scraped by to even get into college, right? There's a lot of people out there that took loans out for absolutely everything. They paid their way through college, while there were some people that got full rides or their parents had enough money to pay to send them, right? And they really didn't have to worry. They were on easy mode. And I don't have any problem with that. And it's cool that you were in a life situation where that could have happened. This isn't hating on good and not great circumstances. Life is life. It's different for everybody. But realities of it is different. People have different experiences. And my experience was and of course this makes me sound, how it does. I've heard this before, and it's so funny, that like the 3 ingredients for a lot of ultra successful people, one is insecurity, like very strong insecurity in some aspects of your life, right? Some things you're not happy with, height, looks, finances, fitness, physique, whatever, right? Some sort of, kind of deep insecurity. A sense of entitlement, strong sense of entitlement, and entitlement, not that people owe you something for nothing, but I'm me. I deserve this because I'm me and I can get it. Right? A little bit different entitlement than maybe the bratty little kid that you're thinking of right now. And I don't remember the third one. I really fucking don't. Maybe it was work ethic. I don't even think it was that. I can't think about it. But those 2 things played in my head a lot. I've definitely had a lot of insecurities in my life. I still do. I've worked on quite a few of them. But, where I'm at in life, I kind of figured out that success is kind of an ever-moving target, which I'm cool with now. When I kind of realized that the first time, I had a little bit of a existential crisis, kind of like, I'm never going to be happy. Doesn't matter how much I get, doesn't matter what, And then I realized and looked back on how much fun I had, good times, bad times, the process, the satisfaction of accomplishing something you set out to do. That was where it all was. The destination is great, but it is very short-lived because the destination is now your new normal once you get there. And normal feels the same as normal did when you had less cars, money. Normal is the same. Somebody who feels normal, who has a bunch of cars, and somebody who feels normal who doesn't, they feel the same. That one person or another with the same feeling, because of the things they have, are not existentially more happy. It's kind of what I figured out. And some people figure that out and they go, yeah, things are dumb. I love nature. I love traveling, and that's all I want. I know I don't need things. That's fucking cool. I'm so happy for them. That's not me. Part of me wishes I was like that, but I know I'm not. And I'm cool with that. I love traveling. I love nature. I love new experiences. I love new food. Fucking love food. Anybody who knows me knows food is like, I'm annoying as fuck to go out and have dinner with, because I'll make comments about how the burger you ordered would have been better because they didn't fucking sear it right or whatever. Just by looking at it, I can tell you that burger, was that good? Oh, it's good. It could have been better. And that's my thing with food. Sorry for the tangent, but I want more. I want more things. I want more money. I want more security. Not because when I get there, I'm going to be happy and I'm going to be a different person, but because I want to live life in between the there and the now. Everything that I do, everything that I accomplish, everything I set out to do, everything that I do that ends up sucking, everything that I do that ends up being good is going to happen between where I am here now and the place where I want to be with all the things I want and all those things. And I'm so excited about what I'm going to do in between now and then. That's why I'm sitting here with $120,000, 30, 60, 90, 100, 110, $120,000 in motion picture money because I am starting a clothing brand and giveaway company. I think it is a ingenious business model because it plays to the emotions, which emotions sell. There are logical decisions for things you need, but things you want are all emotional. That makes a ton of sense. If you're in sales, you know. In life, I mean, you don't even need to be in sales. You kind of figure that out. You don't buy a Lamborghini because you need to get to work and back. You buy a Lamborghini because it is the highest car goal you've ever had in your life, and your fucking life would be complete if you did it. And you get the girl, you'll have the house, you'll fucking, it's the vision, it's the poster board in the back of your head that moves. That's emotion. That's what sells those cars. 2005 Honda Civics are sold by how much it costs, what the gas mileage is, and if it runs. Logic, right? So, giveaway company. I'm going to be selling sick shit. That's kind of my one bare minimum rule I have so far is I will not sell anything that I would not use, that I would not put on my body, that I would not put on my friends' bodies, that I wouldn't have in my house. I understand there's a market for every buyer, but I don't want to sell shit I don't like. Obviously, people have different tastes than me, but I want to be passionate about the products I put out. I want them to be funny. I want them to be cool. I want it to be popular. And I don't think just trying to sell what everyone wants is going to accomplish that. I think I need to sell what I like. And I think there's a lot of people out there that will like what I like. And I think we're going to have a fucking dope-ass community. And I think I'm going to have the opportunity to change some people's lives. And that is the most exciting and fulfilling idea I've ever had when it comes to work in forever. Getting into the car business when I was 18, sucking for a year and a half, and then that's, going into the second year, doing it, making over 100 grand, making almost 150, at 19, 20 years old, buying a $76,000 car. That was all awesome. And it was for me and my short-term goals. So I was very fulfilled at the time, but I continued to be very successful and I continued to make more money. And I got less happy over time. I worked more hours, spent less time with the people I cared about. I spent less time playing with my nice toys I now had. And I had a really nice, cool apartment that I furnished that I literally went to just to sleep and then hang out at it like my one day off. And that was about it, and definitely felt like there was more life than the life I was living. And that definitely was amplified when I traveled. People love traveling. I love traveling. Cozumel is my favorite cheap hotspot destination. Do it every spring, go scuba diving, spend some time on the island, white sandy beaches, blue ocean, all that wonderful stuff. And God, you're there and it's like, it's a different way of life. The people on the island are very simple. Half the houses you drive by don't have fucking sealed windows or doors or air conditioning. They sleep in hammocks in these concrete structures. I can barely call them houses. Yes, there's real houses too, but I'm like, I could move down to that island with 10 grand in the bank and find a decent job that would pay all my bills while I exist down there. Like, there's no drive. There's no pressure from the Joneses to do or live some crazy, fancy, extravagant life down there. Like, we live in Cozumel. If you have a car, there's no point buying a sports car. There's nowhere to fucking drive it. There's a loop around the island. They will give you a speeding ticket. You can't really drive very fast. I'm sure somebody would report you. You'd be the only fancy fucking car on the island. It doesn't matter. You buy a car, you literally buy an Econo box, manual transmission, decent on gas if you need a car. And if you need a truck, you get a small truck. And like other than that, mopeds, pedal bikes, you know, you probably, if you want to be extravagant, you spend enough money to have a nice place, which is an apartment probably. If you want to buy a house, you can buy a house. But island life is pretty simple, but it's very enjoyable every day you wake up. It sounds sexy, but I think I would lack purpose. I'm sure I could start some sort of business down there, but again, maybe the business does well and I have a great time and it's like I still get to the point where I get things that I want, and then it's like, or I have the finances to afford the things I want. It's like, what the fuck? I can't drive a Lamborghini down here. What's the fucking point? I don't know. So I get to combine the coolest things, in my opinion. Cars, business, money, cool cars, not just cars, cool fucking cars. Business, money, online business, building communities, building social media, building a following, starting something bigger than yourself. I get to combine that all into one business, which is Sinister Speed. Sinister Speed is starting with its first giveaway, which is my 2021 Audi RS6 Avant. One of the first 400 in the United States for the introductory model year, which we thought we were only going to get 400, but they sold like crazy, so Audi just said, fuck it. They're coming. We're just going to sell as many as you want. And it's been a great car to own, and I'm super excited to give it to somebody else. Or if they're going to make the financially smart choice, they're going to take the $100,000 and they're going to do something a little bit more practical in their life. And I won't fucking blame them if they do. But that's the cool part, is they get to decide that. I give them the opportunity. I get to sell them some dope shit that hopefully they'd probably like enough that they are going to use and want anyway. So it's kind of a bonus. Not just buy a t-shirt to get entered and the t-shirt is some thin, crappy material, dumb design that you just are never going to fucking wear. It's going to sit in your closet. Maybe your girlfriend puts it on when she goes to sleep. Maybe you wear it to the gym. Maybe you wear it in the fucking garage when you're rolling around in oil. I don't know. I want shit that people are actually going to like repping in their wardrobe. They're going to wear out. Like, people are like, oh, what's that? Who's that? That's the kind of shit I want to make. So not only am I giving away a 2021 Audi R6 Unitronic Stage 2, 820 horsepower, high flow cats, integrated engineering, lowering links, APR, upgraded cold air, carbon fiber intake, center, muffler, delete, matte black, XPEL stealth, paint protection film, entire body car. I am developing products to sell, and I will have more to go. First one I have in mind, which the container is over there. Zinn containers. I think that is sustainable. Granted, I don't think they can buy them in bulk anyway, so they're still going to make the little containers with 15 pouches. But it's going to be a super sick Sinn tin instead of the Zinn tin. And the Sinn tin is going to be funny because I think there's a lot of funny shit in the Zinn space. So, you know, I'm taking the Zinn container, changing the logo. It's going to say Sinn. Instead of the flavor, it's going to say Zinnicino, or Cinnacino, I should say. So, a little coffee vibe in there. Nicotine warning, stuff like that. It's going to be funny. I'm going to do some cool stuff. It's going to look sick. It's going to be something that people would want to have anyway. And not only is it funny and cool and they'd want to have it anyway, but they are going to have an opportunity to win $100,000 in cash or a 2021 Audi RS6 Avant and $10,000. And when this one is done and the car is gone, the money's gone, whichever they take, we're going to do another one. I don't know what that's going to be yet, but it's also going to be fucking sick. And I hope I get to do this for the rest of my fucking life. because if you love cars, if that's your passion, how does this not sound like the most exciting thing in the world to do? Not only do I get to now buy fairly regularly cars I really like, high dollar, super cool, sports cars, exotic cars, limited production, shit people dream about. Drive it semi-regularly, a couple, maybe even 3 or 4 a year. I get to experience and drive them all as a business expense. I then get to give it away to someone that they get to keep it. They take it home, it is their baby. They never would have had it otherwise unless they did something else in their life, right? There's always a chance a doctor enters and he already has a Huracan in the garage and why not get another one? Because that shirt's badass. Cool, that's a good enough reason for me. But I hope the majority of the people truly that win are going to be people that this changes their life in a significant and better way. I could not ask for a more interesting and more motivational calling for work. I enjoyed sales. Sales got me to where I am today, and I've been very successful at a very young age, very quickly, but it no longer fulfills me. Sitting down, making calls, selling someone else's product, taking 35%, profitable, not very fulfilling. Maybe if I was still selling cars, I'd still have fun with that. I truly did love that. But selling internet right now, not exciting. Like, at all. Could I make it exciting? Maybe. I don't have the interest or energy to try and make it exciting. So instead, I'm going to get excited about this. And I'm going to put all my fucking energy, all my money, into it. Because I think it's going to be the bee's knees. And not only will it be the bee's knees, it's probably going to be the rest of the bee. All of it. It's just going to be a bee. A sick, sinister-themed bee. I don't really have a ton much else to say. This was kind of a journal entry. I don't know if I'll ever use this. It would be kind of funny if I did. We all have our own little dreams. I don't want to be like Hollywood famous, but like I would like to be cool enough to go on a podcast. I like talking to people. I think that would be kind of fun. If I ever make it on some big podcast, I'll definitely clip this and send it to them because I think it would be kind of funny to see that, these are dreams. I don't have any specific plans. I don't know how I'm going to end up there, but I'm going to head in that direction. I'm going to head in that direction. I don't have a path, but I know which way what I want is. And in my life, I don't have everything I've ever wanted, but I've gotten a fuck ton of it. When I've set very specific goals, I have gotten very specific rewards. This is something that to me is now just a watch. It's not really worth anything because I'm never going to sell it. It is just my watch I wear every single day. This was a really big fucking deal for me. This is a 2020 model Rolex Submariner date. This was the watch that I can't tell you how many photos of people driving cars, all the fancy cars, wrist shots on the dash. And then once you learn about watches, you look for them everywhere. Movies, social media, famous people. Like if somebody's got money, you look and see kind of what kind of watch are they wearing. And the Submariner was like, yeah, it's the Honda Civic of luxury watches, but like Honda Civics can be cool. I think, they are cool. Fuck you if you don't think they're cool. They're great cars, and you can have fun with them. The Submariner is the same way. You can dress it up, dress it down, wear it every day of your life like I do. Beat the fuck out of it because it's stainless steel. You're not going to chip off a chunk of gold. And it's going to live through it. I've gone scuba diving 14 times with this watch on at depths up to, which isn't super deep, I know, but like 120 or 130 feet, whatever. That's fucking cool. I never have to take this off. To this day, every time I go swimming, somebody's like, oh, you're going to take your watch off? And it's like, fuck no. This watch is a better swimmer than you are. That's cool. I like that. It's I honestly don't even have any personal interest in owning more watches because like the itch was scratched. This was proof to myself. I set a goal. I told myself when I made 100 grand, because I wasn't living at home and I didn't have any expenses, like, well, I had good money in the bank too. It wasn't like I spent all the money that I had in the bank, that I was going to buy that watch. And to most people, spending $10,000 on a watch sounds insane. Rightly so. But if I ever needed to, if this business goes flat, if I get my car repossessed, I'm locked out of my bank accounts for taxes I didn't pay, or fucking, I'd pay my taxes. IRS, fuck you, I pay my taxes. If I was down on my luck, if I was stuck somewhere, this is the most recognizable brand in the world. If you didn't know, it is Rolex. It is this teeny little crown right here. You could walk into any pawn shop, and if you're really desperate and they're kind of assholes, you're gonna get slightly ripped off, but like minimum $7,000 you could walk out with within seconds, and you get to wear it every day. And a lot of people don't know what it is, and that's fine, because to be quite frank, I wear it for me and not for them. I bought other Rolexes, and I've owned 2 others, and I sold them not long after I bought them, not to flip them for a profit. I mean, yes, I made a few bucks, but we're talking like a couple $100, not thousands, and it was just, okay, well, I decided I'm not gonna wear this. It's not worth it to me. I want market price for it. And I just had zero interest in owning other watches. I mean, that much money, yes, it's a smart investment because like it's a safe investment, safe alternative investment. But it just, I have one. I have this. I will have it forever, and I'm going to wear it every day for the rest of my life. And at some point I may get more watches, but at this point in my life, it is not an itch. It is not an itch at all. And I like this because it is a reminder of, if you set your mind to something and it is set in stone, like it's measurable, if it's measurable, hey, I want this watch. This watch costs this much money. If I make this much money, I will buy me this watch. Boom. How do I get there? I don't know, but I'm gonna head in a direction that's gonna get me there. I just don't know exactly what that looks like. The car business was that for me. So, definitely kind of rambling at this point. So, not the most exciting thing, but again, this was for me. So, this is kind of fun. I'm just taking videos. I'm not really used to this whole being on video thing, so I'm like moving my hands just because I like seeing myself on the screen because it's interesting, not because I need to. Yeah, So this is the beginning of the next chapter, and hopefully the rest of my life is making money, driving cool cars, giving cool cars away, making dope shit, selling dope shit, and being in control of my own destiny. I think deep down that's what everyone wants, but there's definitely safeties that a lot of people compromise for, understandably so. I always kind of knew that, but I always figured if you threw enough money at people, the opportunity for enough money at people, like anybody'd get excited about it and take the risk. But I know people that they went to college, friends of mine, that I'm literally standing proof in front of you. I am making X amount of dollars. You're making half that if you take this salary job. Doesn't matter how hard you work every week, you're gonna make the same amount. Or if you like the idea of making more money and are willing to put in the effort to do that, which when you get good actually doesn't end up being that much effort, it's just consistency at that point, you could make double, if not more than double, with opportunities to make even more than that down the road if you like the business enough. And they said no. They just like the idea of the steady paycheck. They know they're gonna make X amount of money and there's no stress there, and like, I get it. I understand why someone would do that, but I also know me and know I will never do that, and that's cool. Not everybody's going to be like me, and not everybody's going to be like you. You're going to do a bunch of cool, dope-ass shit in your own way that I probably don't care that much about. And I don't mean that in a mean way, but like, there's a lot of people who don't give a fuck about cars or business, right? When I drive down the street, I see a business, I'm like, how do they make money? What are their expenses? Where do they make all their money? And I can think about it. Ice cream, you think about, okay, soft serve is probably the fucking cheapest. They mix shit and make it in-house versus buying tubs, from Hudsonville. Like, I think about all these things, every business all the time. It's fascinating to me. It's super interesting. How businesses live on the margins, how businesses can make no fucking money and people think they're getting ripped off when the business is making no fucking money. And then there's other businesses where people are making a fucking killing. They're making fortunes and people think they're getting the best deal ever. And it's awesome because that's business. There's good and bad ways to do it. There's trial and error. If you've ever been in sales, that's the running joke and law of the universe is the customers you make the most money on, most money in your pocket personally, probably the store too if you're percentage-based commission, are the best customers you'll ever have. They don't have problems. They don't need anything from you. If they ever do, you don't care. You're happy to help them because they paid you well for the services you provided. And they probably end up being friends, like legit, like you have a good relationship with them. It's hilarious. And then the people you make like no money on, that when you look at all the deals and all the money you've made, or, if you get to a point where you've done it long enough, you can tell yourself, hey, I work for X amount of dollars an hour, and you effectively worked for like 3% of your normal hourly rate for this person, and they're the biggest pain in the ass. They have the most problems. They give you a bad review. They fuck up. Business is like that. So take care of people, solve problems, be a good steward. I think you will find a lot of people that will pay you a lot of money that you will become good friends with, and that's what I'm hoping to do. I want to make a community. I want to make friends. I want to change lives. I want to be successful. I want to be profitable. I want to make dope shit. I want to inspire a younger me, or a few of them, or even help them. That would be really cool. I went through a lot of brain fog. I don't know, I feel like I have it right now, but life is confusing. But in the same aspect, if I myself right now went back and talked to me 4 years ago, like I could explain all the things I know, but that me would not really get it because they didn't live through it. So there's definitely an aspect of, yes, listen to people who know, who have experience, because you can save yourself the trouble. But there are certain things, it doesn't matter what fucking people tell you, you have to experience it to learn it, to really internalize it. Growing up is one of those things. Full circle. Older you get, faster time moves, concept of time becomes faster, quicker. Miss those summers and school years where each summer and each school year felt like a separate year. Like summer was like a year long, and like school year was like a year, 2 years long. Like it felt like, because you didn't know. You didn't know what day it was. You didn't know it was fucking Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, unless somebody fucking told you. And now you know everything. The older you get, the more you tell yourself you know everything. I knew everything at 16. I knew everything at 18 because I was 18 and not 16 anymore. I really knew everything. Now I'm 21, or 24. Fuck me. 24. Now I really know everything. Guess what? A year from now, I'm going to know everything more. A year from then, I'm going to know everything even more. So, don't beat yourself up too much about what you did before. I mean, if it was legitimately retarded, you can beat yourself up a little bit, but chances are if you did something that was that bad, there were some consequences, so don't beat yourself up. You probably already went through it and dealt with it. But yeah, be smart, be disciplined, do what's not right because it's right. Do what's right because it's good for you. Selfishly, being selfish isn't bad. It's innately human. I've gotten healthier. I've gotten stronger. I've gotten better with people, better with women, better with money. Because selfishly, I wanted all those things. But as a whole, it has made me a better person. It has made me a better person to my family. It's made me a better person to my girlfriend. It's made me a better person to my friends. It has made me a better person to my customers. Because I selfishly wanted to be better. What a positive outcome. Whole nother philosophy we can get into at a different time. Probably on the podcast. We will talk about that. I will talk about being selfish. I will talk about how being selfish is not bad most of the time. I will talk about maybe just that, brain fart. Yeah, I mean, this video is already significantly longer than what I expected. 35 minutes of Eric rambling, which is sick. I guess I'll watch this on my fucking phone and see kind of what this looks like. I'm curious what the lighting is like. I did manual controls here, so 25 frames a second, 50. 1/50 on the shutter speed. I don't know why that's the cinematographic fucking rule of thumb. I'm gonna do this because I think it's cool. Face track. Now it's gonna move around, which does it really do anything for us here? I don't think in particular, not really. I mean, I kind of liked my fixed frame, so I'm kind of annoyed that I did that. Is it off? Nope, it's still on. Oh, there we go. Now we're fixed again. Well, future Eric, anybody who's watching this, I hope this is kind of funny. And I hope you are better than what I am now. Not because you need to be, but because that's what you like to do. Let's get better any way you can. Be better. I did this in my senior letter. Senior letter, I think I wrote in like 8th grade or maybe even 6th grade. I wrote a letter to myself. That was the thing we did at school, so I'll do that with this video. I mentioned the current memes because I fucking like memes. They're funny, okay? Instagram Reels is the source of 90% of all the memes right now. Doom scrolling is currently very bad. Yeah, it's August 5th, 2024. That is a big issue. Hard to get off the phone every day. YouTube Shorts, everybody, the short form content. It's addicting, it's quick, it's hard not to watch it. Monet. I actually haven't been too great about looking at the memes, so I couldn't even tell you a specific meme that I'm like in love with right now, which is fine. But I'm gonna find a few more snacks, maybe, maybe not, and then I'm gonna get to work. Lots to do. I don't even have the logo finalized yet, but it'll happen. I'll get the Zinachino can done, get some t-shirts put together, get the website done, get some content done, and then the rest will be history, good or bad.